Imagine that you were an astronaut traveling in a spaceship on a long voyage to the stars. What would you need to bring along in order to survive? Air, water, food, and warmth. Well, think of the Earth as a giant spaceship traveling through the universe, and think of us as the astronauts. Like any space travelers, our life support systems need to include air to breathe, water to drink, food to eat, warmth, and protection. But we're luckier than the typical astronauts because we don't need to wear a spacesuit or protective shielding. We don't need to carry air tanks and packs of food and water. Everything we need to live is right here. Hi, I'm Slim Goodbody, and our spaceship, Earth, comes fully equipped with all the necessities of life. We don't have to bring anything with us. We just have to take care of what we've got. We may not always appreciate the Earth's gifts because they're all around us and we sometimes take them for granted. But if you stop to think about it, you'll realize just how special they are. We have air to breathe, water to drink, food to eat, and sunlight to keep us warm. Because we're so connected to and dependent upon our world, if we do something that affects the health of the Earth, our health is affected too. If we dirty the air, our lungs will suffer. If we pollute the water, we can get sick from drinking it. If we spoil the soil, it won't grow enough food and we can go hungry. But by protecting the Earth, we're protecting ourselves. And that's why it's especially important to pay attention to ecology, the study of how living things and their environment work together. Ecology, from the Greek word oikos, meaning house, and ology, meaning the study of. So ecology is really the study of the house we live in, the Earth. Now let's take a closer look at how this house is constructed. First of all, we have the living and the non-living world. Altogether, there are three parts to the non-living world.
First, there's the solid part. It's called the lithosphere.
Lithosphere, from the Greek word lithos, meaning rock, and sphera, meaning ball or sphere. Mountains, valleys, plains, and deserts. They're all part of the lithosphere.
Covering much of this lithosphere is the watery part of our world.
The hydrosphere, from the Greek word hydor, meaning water. It includes oceans, rivers, ice in glaciers, and water vapor in clouds.
And then there's the gas part of our world, the air, which is called
atmosphere, from the Greek word atmos, meaning vapor or gas. All three of these spheres are part of our natural environment, and they're connected. What happens in one can affect what occurs in another.
But there's more to the environment than land, water, and air. There are
people, animals, plants.
That's right. There's life. People, plants, animals. They make up the living world.
That's called the biosphere, from the Greek word bios, meaning life. From the smallest snail to the mightiest elephant, we in the biosphere affect and are affected by the rest of the spheres. Let us take an example, the apple tree.
The apple tree will take, the apple tree will give a natural exchange that makes it possible to live.
It takes minerals from the lithosphere, water from the hydrosphere, carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, in order to grow in the biosphere.
The apple tree will take, the apple tree will give a natural exchange that makes it possible to live. Take and give.
But that's not the end of the story. In return, it gives something back to the environment. When an apple falls to the ground, minerals return to the lithosphere. Water on leaves evaporates, becoming clouds of the hydrosphere. Oxygen is released into the atmosphere. There's a give and take through all the spheres.
The apple tree will take, the apple tree will give, a natural exchange that makes it possible to live.
And an apple tree gives us something good and healthy to eat. Now, we're all connected. All parts of the environment, living and non-living, we all belong to the same planetary system. If we cause damage in one part of the environment, it can spread throughout all the Earth's spheres, and that damage can then affect us.
For example, from the lithosphere, we take coal and oil and burn it for fuel to run our factories, cars, and power plants. But when these plants, factories, and cars burn that fuel, they produce air pollution. Smokestacks and exhausts release chemicals into the air that can be harmful to our health. Winds can carry this air pollution high into the atmosphere and then spread it to locations many miles away. Chemicals from a power plant in Ohio can travel all the way to New York. But it gets even worse. That's because the chemicals from this air pollution combine with water vapor in clouds to form acid rain. When it rains, this dangerous acid falls to the earth and harms the biosphere. It falls into streams and lakes, polluting the water and killing fish and plant life. It falls on forests, damaging millions of trees. And when these trees die, birds and animals lose their homes. So this problem, acid rain, begins with oil and coal from the lithosphere, moves through the atmosphere and hydrosphere, and damages the biosphere, including us.
You can deface it, you can disgrace it, you can debase it, but you can't replace it. Only one planet that gave you birth. Earth. Hey, human beings, your brains are big, but sometimes it seems you flipped your wig. I'm a dinosaur from way back past. I'm asking you to why so fast? Look around, open your eyes, check out the earth and realize. You can deface it, you can disgrace it, you can debase it, but you can't replace it. Only one planet that gave you birth. Earth. You can't go out and buy another, and the earth doesn't have a brother. Brother, if you mess it up, what you gonna do? The rest of us here are depending on you. Get it together, pay attention, cause you can't go live in another dimension. You can deface it, you can disgrace it, you can debase it, but you can't replace it. Only one planet that gave you birth. What is it? Earth! Right.
Is there anything we can do about it?
For one thing, we can cut down on our use of electricity.
If we do, power plants won't have to use as much coal and oil, and that will reduce pollution and acid rain. Some power plants are now using cleaner burning, low sulfur coal. They've also installed special equipment called scrubbers to clean the air coming from their smokestacks. Our government has passed laws to stop pollution and fight acid rain in the United States.
But since this is a global problem, we have to find global solutions. So nations from around the world have begun to meet to discuss and agree on ways to reduce acid rain. But we all have to get involved, every single one of us. We have to learn to think globally, but act locally.
Think globally, act locally.
We all have to work together. Industry, government, and people must take responsibility for keeping our Earth healthy.
And we're beginning to meet the challenge. One exciting development is the use of cleaner, non-polluting forms of energy, like solar power. It uses sunlight to make electricity.
This beautiful blue-green planet is our home, and it's the only one we've got. It took millions of years for it to develop the life support systems that we rely upon. But we can damage them in a very short time. So we've all got to do our part to protect the planet that gives us life. We've got to
Dare to care.
love this planet with all your heart.
Dare to care.
You gotta step right up and do your part. You can help the atmosphere by using less electricity.
Shut off your lights when you leave the room. Turn off your TV when you're not watching.
Instead of air conditioners, use fans.
Turn down the heat.
Switch to fluorescent bulbs.
Dare to care.
Love this planet with all your heart.
Dare to care.
You gotta step right up and do your part. And you can help the hydrosphere too. Here's how.
Check your faucets for leaks.
Shut off the water when you brush your teeth.
Instead of running the tap, keep water cold in the refrigerator.
When you see litter, pick it up.
Dare to care.
Love this planet with all your heart.
Dare to care.
You gotta step right up and do your part. Help protect the lithosphere by guarding our natural resources.
Recycle glass, paper, plastic, and aluminum cans at home.
Start a recycling program at school.
Instead of driving, ride your bike.
Or walk.
Dare to care.
Love this planet with all your heart.
Dare to care.
Step right up and do your part. And by protecting the other spheres, you're helping the biosphere. Biosphere?
Be kind to animals.
Water your plants.
Plant a tree.
Write a letter to the president to express your concern for all living things.
Dare to care.
Love this planet with all your heart.
Dare to